But we'll run through what Mr. King had to say in a while. And sincerely, I forgot he even worked as a journalist. So when I was talking about the journalist that covered the Liverpool patch, hand on heart, he was nowhere near my thought process, because I don't really see or read much of what Dominic King has to write, and not trying to run him down or not. You know, I just wasn't thinking about him. So to see him retort in such a, I guess, triggered manner, is that the right word? I don't know. We'll go through it though. We'll go through it anyway. I want to get this out of the way because it's playing in my mind. I got to respond to this Dominic King stuff. So underneath the video, he wrote things like, I shouldn't reply to this, but you know what, I will. Cowards. So when the fiasco over the £77 tickets, the Super League and the disgrace of Furlough happened, who wrote about it and highlighted the mistakes? That's right, all the people who say you're in FSG's pocket. Well, let's start with that bit, Dom, shall we? Firstly, the people that brought down the Super League, Dominic, are absolutely the fans, and in no way you journalists. And you didn't write strongly enough about it at all, even if you did cover it. And the £77 furlough thing, you mean you came in after Spirit of Shankly stood up. So patting yourself on the back for that, mate, is quite pathetic, to be honest with you. But let's get to the final part of this, Dominic, because I don't know who you think you're intimidating, bro. You say, finally, don't ever call me a coward or any of my colleagues and think you'll get away with it without a reply. You've got a cheek sitting there and saying the stuff you've just done. Well then, Dominic, don't be a coward. It's that simple. I don't know if you think that's going to intimidate me, Dominic, but quite frankly, I forgot you existed as a journalist, and you replying to me doesn't mean anything to me, Dominic, because I'd rather you guys did your damn job and grew a backbone. So, have I touched the nerve, Dominic? Because I think I might have. Is the truth really eating away at you? Is that it? Like, be honest about it. I don't care what you, The Echo, Lynch, or anybody else thinks about me, because in my opinion, you're doing every football fan you cover a disservice. In my opinion, you and everybody else that hasn't got the backbone to call out FSG for the cheapskating and the way they've run this club are part of the problem. So you feel free to say what you like about me, Dominic, online, write about me, cry arse about me, whatever you want. But I promise you this, every single one of you know I'm right. Every Liverpool fan in the comments knows I'm right. And the fact that you're replying to me in such an aggravated, cry arson manner makes me know I'm right. So Dominic, when you put your head down on your pillow tonight, ask yourself, does the man have a point? You don't have to like me. You don't have to fully agree with me. But you know I'm right. The Liverpool fan in these guys knows I'm right. So do what you need to do, Dominic. But don't think you're going to intimidate me with your stupid little don't call me a coward and think I won't get a reply. I don't give a damn what you say, Dominic. I don't need your pat on the back for a job well done. I don't need you to come and tell me attaboy. I don't think about you from one end of the day to the next. And in fact, like I mentioned, Dominic, when I was calling out these journalists, you know, your fellow backboneless people, your fellow spineless journalism, I wasn't even thinking of you because I forgot you existed. I didn't even know you still covered football, Dominic. So, excuse me when I say this, but I wasn't even talking about you. But I get it. All of you guys have to stick together and call the rest of us out because nobody else is going to stick up for you. I get it. I get it. Give yourselves all a pat on the back, Dom. Stand up for each other and pretend like you're doing a good job as journalists. But the fact of the matter is, your platforms are dying, your readerships are dying, fan channels are absolutely flying away with it because, and I can't say this clearly enough, Dominic, we don't have to bow down to FSG because we can call them out for their cheapness without having to fear about it. And the beauty of that, Dominic, is I built my platform from the ground up. I didn't have somebody telling me what I could and couldn't write. I built my platform, my following from honesty and telling it like I see it. And if you don't like that, Dominic, tough shit. Do something about it or shut up. Because either way, mate, I don't care. You and those other cowards that cover this football club as journalists need to grow a pair. Because you're not doing the fans a proper service. You know I'm right. Now stop cry arsing in the comments And if you want to do something about it, do it. Other words, Dominic, shut up. Because I've got work to do and I've got people to interact with that I actually have time for. So you, all the boys at the Echo, Lynch and everybody else that just blow smoke up the owner's arse, continue to do it and enjoy your careers fading away. I hope I've made myself clear. So do what you like, Dom. But don't come on thinking you're going to intimidate me with your... Don't think you're not going to get a reply. I don't give a fuck about any of you. Every single one of you are cowards in my opinion. I hope I've made that clear. Anyway, my apologies. I'm done with them all. Do you know what I mean? I'm fed up with them. They want jam on both sides of their bread. They want to be told how great they are. They want people to pay to read the crap that they write. And then they don't have the stomach to actually call it out. And the reason that Dominic and his fellow journalists are so fucking touchy is because they know we're right. They know fans see through it. And look at the replies and you'll see I don't have to do anything. And as I mentioned, he's cry-arsing about it and I forgot he existed. I was thinking about the Echo boys and a few others who I think are absolutely up the owner's backsides. But, man, that's just... You've shit the bed there, Dominic. You've shit the bed, mate. You should have just said nothing. Because now I know I'm in your head. Just gonna have fun with it now, bro. Because, as I said, all you other clowns out there that said, oh, ignore him, Dom. He's an incel. Ignore him, Dom. He shouldn't have the platform he has. Yeah, but I do. And I have it, and I wasn't fucking given it. I earned it. Through years of hard work, years of honesty, years of research, years of being here night after night, saying stuff when nobody else was, calling out shit that nobody else had the backbone to do it. And I don't want an attaboy and a pat on the back for it, but I'm not having any of you cowards undermining me either. So you do what you do and enjoy your life, but stay the fuck out of my way. Mark says, stop it, Craig. I used to like you, my friend, and 300k followers don't like your negativity. Well, then don't watch. You know, I'm responding to a journalist that responded to something I put up, and if you don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to like it, Mark. I'm not happy with the spending from the owners, and at moments like this in the season where we're already running thin on the bench now with options that the manager wants to utilise, I think I've become justified in this. And you're right about me sometimes being negative. That's very fair. But I feel I have a reason to. And I feel like if I didn't, who else is going to say it? Sincerely, mate. Who else is going to say it or be negative? You think I'm wrong about the owners and the spending? That's okay. I've no problem with that. But I'm not negative, mate, for the sake of it. And I'm negative tonight because I'm responding to something somebody said. But as I said, I respect your opinion. I just feel like I need to be honest to myself and speak what I need to speak. And I need to call out the owners in my eyes because I'm not happy with their spending. If that makes me negative, so be it. I guess I'm a negative person. Fritz Frank, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Johnny said, the majority of us agree with you, Craig. Even when we win, you feel the players haven't the tools to defend what they've won, sidestepping owners. Well, look, I tried to make this point earlier on. Look at our bench today in the game, right? So, Arne Slot looked to his bench and made the changes he made. But you didn't see Elliott on once again. You didn't see Chiesa get a look in. And Endo's coming on to be a closer. And I love that role for him. But there are spaces on that squad bench that need to be filled. And we can improve on. And I think we're not being honest with ourselves if we say or pretend that everybody's absolutely happy. And that's before we get into the owners, Hughes and Edwards, allowing the situation with the contracts to fester right throughout the season. Now we're at the business end of the season where we've built up a healthy lead. We're trying to make sure we get over the line. And now we have performances like Trent's again today where people don't know if the contracts are in his head. You have Mohamed Salah coming out and talking about the fact that the contract situation was in his own mind. I just don't see any good in this. The club have messed up massively here. And to not call that out, to not say it, I think you're just emboldening them. And FSG, in my humble opinion, man, have got away with this way too long. They've got away with keeping people on side, people like journalists who have the ability to steer a narrative, and those journalists, in my opinion, have only ever been pro-FSG. And I'm not asking them to come in and rinse the owners, but you can't defend the indefensible. You can't have 2 transfer windows again where we've done nothing. You can't save the money we saved and then not even reinvest it into deals. Every single one of these journalists wrote about the inbox for Richard Hughes when he started. Go back and read an article from any one of them you want. Every single one of them wrote about number 1 in the inbox. First thing to do, biggest preference, priority, was to make sure the contracts were sorted. I didn't write that. You didn't write that. These brave heroes of journalists wrote that. And here we are, February, and not one of them has been done. Not one. How am I supposed to be happy about that as a fan? Because the whole season has the ability to be undermined. And what we don't want as Liverpool fans is to win a title and to then disappear and to fall back down to 3rd or 4th again because we lose some players. I think that's foolish. But that's just my opinion.